Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark is starting shortly. Lab After Dark is starting soon.
What's up? What's happening? Come on in, tell a friend. Thursday, March 20th, 10:39 p.m. on the West Coast. It's good to see you guys here. Got a terrible show for you tonight. As always. Just kidding. It'll be alright. It's not a band, it was just a drum off. That's it. March 21st, yeah, that's true, yeah. East Coast. We go by stock market times, don't we? Alright.
Lab After Dark is starting soon.
That's right. Thank you.
Right. Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
Yeah, buddy.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
He's just he's just the lonely one right before the sun comes. Just hanging out, waiting for some entertainment.
What's the point in causing any trouble?
I just made that up pretty much.
Lab After Dark starts now.
I mean, it sounds good. I'll stick with it. He needs a live chat. Time to create something new. Nah, I like him. He comforts me. It's like whoever he is, he's just suffering in silence, you know. You ever done that? You ever suffered in silence? Most people don't suffer in silence. Most people suffer out loud. They want you to know that they're miserable. There's a lot of different ways for people to let you know that, and people do it quite often. But I respect people who suffer in silence. You know, I know it's probably not ideal for somebody, but suffering in silence is kind of a lost art, I guess, you know. And, you know, I mean, that seems like kind of what he's doing. You know, so that's what he's doing. He's suffering. He's suffering in silence. He's just hanging. Look, we can go check on him. Look, there he is. Nope, that's not him. Let's see. Where did he go? He gone. No, he's not. He doesn't drink. He's not he doesn't like the liquor. The liquor makes everything worse for him. You know. By the way, last night, I got to tell you, there was a bit of a treat on TV if you happen to catch it. You know, we talked about Randy Travis the other day, and the Grand Ole Opry's 100-year, I guess it's the 100th year of the Grand Ole Opry. And I don't know who caught that, but I mean, that was a hell of a show. And there was a lot of legends that were there. There were a lot of great singers, great performances, a lot of covers. It was fantastic, man. I got to tell you, like, just an absolute treat. And if you can catch that, I don't know if it will be on YouTube if you don't have cable or whatever. If you can catch the Carrie Underwood tribute to Randy Travis, it was something special. And wow, you know, I didn't expect it. You know, I didn't expect Randy Travis to be there, and I'm a big Randy Travis fan. But if you didn't catch it, the very end, what she does is she's singing that, you know, that you know, the "I'm gonna love you forever and ever," and she went right up to him at the very end, and he sang the very last amen to the song, and it was just wow. You know, and he held it out, and he did it. He did a fantastic job, and I was just like, wow, that was something special, because you know, for some reason, I don't know why, I've just always loved Randy Travis and his voice and just everything about him. I know, you know, you know, I know that he suffered from that miserable alcoholism, and it affected his life in so many ways, and but he wasn't a bad person. He wasn't doing bad things to people. You know, he would just get drunk sometimes and end up drunk in the back of a cop car naked, and you know, that happens, you know. But he just really, and I don't know what caused his illness or a stroke or anything like that, but I have a lot of respect for the guy. He was just, you know, but like I said, so somebody he's been through a lot in his life. And so, it was nice to see him happy and smiling. That smile was unbelievable. So if you get a chance to even just check it, like I was reading online today, I mean, everybody was talking about it everywhere, not just that special moment, which I thought was the most special moment of the whole thing, but I think it was Alan Jackson's last time performing. Alan Jackson, legend. You know, Travis Tritt was there. Post Malone somehow snuck in the door. He did good. And you know, it was a very nice thing, you know, and I was very happy to be able to have caught it. All right, let me put this highlighted chat up here. All right, so on tonight's show, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Barstool Sports. I'm sure some of you are. They're a big internet thing, and I'm not going to promote the show that I took part in the other day, but you know, the last time I ventured off on the internet somewhere besides my own little corner was a disaster. You know, I met the Joker, and that was fun. You know what, though? The Masked Singer. Oh, he's just like he's special. He's very special. Yeah, well, that's his company, but that's not who I but I got in a beef. I got in an internet beef a couple days ago, and I'm gonna let you hear some of that, but you know, there's a show that I like to watch. It's just like a live podcast, just like this, and I think the guy that does it is, you know, he's fun. He's good. He's entertaining, and sometimes you just like you guys know how it works, and you know, you participate in the chat, things like that, and then things got a little sideways for me, and I got in an argument with a guy named Earl. I mean, I can only imagine that he had a mullet, and he didn't seem very nice, but I'll take you through it once we get going here. His name was Earl, but he spelled it ERRL, and he sucks. I hate Earl. Well, yeah, but his name's Earl, but he spells it ERRL, Earl. Earl. Yeah, Toby Keith. And then I think Dolly Parton. ERRL. That should tell you everything you need to know about it. He was just raging about the Canadian exchange rate. I have no idea. Yeah, me in an argument. It was just, yeah. That Earl. ERRL. Earl. It was just a whole thing. But I'll tell you that some of those other chats, they're besides like this chat and, you know, a couple others, you know, these chats are as degenerate as any of the other ones that are online anywhere. They're terrible. They're terrible. I love Whitney Houston too. Rest in peace. A guy named Earl, a boy named Sue, you know. So I'm gonna play let me just play so this is a little three-part tester here. And I'm just gonna play you the audio. And yeah, we'll catch up to it as it goes. But so basically, I'll give you the long and short of it. I called the show because I'm a friend of the show. I like the show. I like the guy. So sometimes I call in and sort of try and help with, kind of filling time for him because I know that he's kind of new at it and stuff. And it's like his show, and it's kind of a popular show. But let me just we'll play the first part here for you. But anyway, after my call, this guy in the chat, he was just being Earl, not this guy, Earl. That was his name, Earl. ERRL. Okay. So as we're going at it in the chat, the host says, "Hey, why don't you guys call in to settle this?" Because I kept telling the guy, call in, and him and I, call in and we'll have it out. You and I will have it out. How's that? All right. So here's the first part.
Can't sleep.
It is the lab. What's up?
The lab. What's going on? What's going on with this beef, lab?
Dude, well, I've been trying to get him to call in. I said I'd be right after him. He's sitting there saying that I called in to promote my show, and I did not do that. You asked what I did for a living. I told you, but I didn't even say the name of anything.
Yep, you didn't say the name.
I don't know what
what he's
talking about.
I respected that.
Yeah, I wasn't calling to plug anything.
And now we have you here. Would you be willing to have a three-way call with Mr. Earl?
Of course.
Okay, Earl, let me know if you want to call in. You got to DM.
But he's not going to call in. He only does the.
He's not going to call in.
No, he's not going to call in.
Oh,
What is this one for?
I mean, though, Earl, he's calling you out, bro.
He's just going to sit in the chat and say his little dumbass things that he says and
Fuck yeah. Was it in the pile?
not do anything.
Nice.
Have we ripped the playbook?
Earl's not going to do it.
He's not going to call in. All he wants to do is talk about dabbing like a real winner, like the winner that he is.
Earl, if you do
Like
call
he's
in.
the only person that's ever smoked weed before.
We got some beef brewing.
I don't know where I sit on Earl.
Earl's interesting.
I guess he's been saying nice things about me in chat today.
I mean, Lab's kind of running laps around him right now. If
Well, he
Earl,
won't even show up. I mean, it's not even a race. That's what I'm saying. I've been trying to get him for 20 minutes. I've been trying to get him to I said, go on. I'll call in right after you. But he just sits there and he's like hitting on the one chick that's in the chat. She's ignoring him now, and he's pissed.
Earl said he's on hold. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put on Earl. I'm going to put you on hold. Can you DM me your phone number, Lab?
Yeah. We're on Twitter.
Yes, Mook Can't Sleep account, please.
Yeah, all right. I'll do it now.
Okay, we got Earl. All right, thank you, Lab.
All right. Later.
All right, so there was part one. But basically what this guy was saying was the only reason that I called to talk to him was because I wanted to promote my show. And I didn't promote my show. I didn't even say anything. The guy, when I was speaking with him, he was like, what do you do? And I said, I do podcasts. I produce podcasts. I do content and blah, blah, blah. But I never once mentioned my show. I would never do that. First of all, my shows are bigger than theirs. So I have no reason to do that. I have more subscribers on both channels than that show. I just like the show. So this guy's like, oh, he's in there promoting his and I'm like, dude, shut up. Be quiet. And I say, come on, get on the phone, get on the phone, get on the phone. He does it. He will not get on the phone. And anyway, he finally does call. And, we'll, it's a sport. It's kind of like a sports show because if you know what Barstool is, if you know what Barstool is, it's pretty male dominated show. Okay. And I did it's a male dominated show. And there was a lady in there and she thought my call was funny. or something that I said was funny. And apparently Earl isn't allowed around chicks. I have no clue. It doesn't seem like he is. Guy's probably got more restraining orders out on him than. I mean, he just like. I mean, you'll hear it. And I'll play it. I don't know how I should do this. If I should just play part 1 tonight, and then part 2 the next, and then part 3. I don't know. I haven't decided. I got to see how nice you guys are. If you're being nice in the chat or not. They're not very long. It's just a few minute clips. But Earl calls in and then I call in again. They're you'll leave. Part 2 already? We're only 21 minutes into the show. I can't just go, ta-da! You know, I'm playing it, you know. Thank you, Chris. See, Crystal Stars gets it right. Like, this is, I know, thank you, Phoebe. I saw that. Thank you. Crystal Star gets it. Do whatever makes you happy, Josh. I agree with that. Well, it wasn't even first round. I mean, there was no first round. It was just you guys are in jail. You're in jail. All right. So Earl's next. Earl actually calls in, which is interesting in and of itself. Interesting. Because he sounds exactly like you would imagine a man named Earl would sound. The name matches the voice. Very rarely does that happen in life, but if there was ever any time at all in the history of the world that somebody sounds exactly like their name, well, it's Earl. It's Earl McDab. That's his name. Earl McDab is his screen name. Earl McDab, the loser. God. Seriously, like what? Just Earl McDab. Earl McDab. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna love you forever and ever. Forever and ever. Amen. Hold on 1 second. Bing, bing, bing. Boom. Boom. Earl McDab. Hold on. This is why I don't stray too far off the internet. Like from my corner of the internet. All right. So obviously Earl cusses. That's what Earl does. Earl's a cusser because he's Earl. All right. Earl's a treat. I got to tell you. I mean, he's a treat. I smoked him, but he's a treat. All right, here we go. Part 2. You guys ready for part 2? Hold on.
I know what to say to.
All right, here we go. Everybody's ready for Earl. Once again, ERR. Please hit that like button if you would. Let me see how many. Yeah, I got to see how many likes we have first. We don't even have 100. Not even 100. Sharing my life. Okay, here we go. There's 100. All right, here we go. You ready for this, Earl? You little turd. Starting crap with me. All right. Here goes Earl.
Hello, you are live on Mook Can't Sleep. Is this the infamous Earl McDabbed?
Yes, Mook. What's good?
Oh!
What's up, Earl?
You
What's
wanna-
up, my best friend?
You want to say anything to Maresh before we get your side of the story here?
Well, me and Maresh are on good terms. He pushed the dad videos tonight, so he's off my shit list. He has 1 strike, but he's got 2 to go, so we're good.
Tell me that doesn't sound like an Earl.
Oh, fuck yeah. What's up, man?
Okay, so 1 beef cleared. Now I see you at war in the chat. I mean, look, I wouldn't have addressed it if it wasn't 3 a.m. and we didn't have much going on, but now I'm curious.
Mook, dude, you know me. Week in, week out, I'm king of the chat. Chat runs through me. I see a guy coming in trying to grow his subscribers from 9 to 14. What am I going to do? I'm a loyal gooner, dude. West Coast gooner, shout out. Got to protect the fam.
Earl, I mean, look, Earl, I love you being like our junkyard dog. I respect you looking out for the Gooners. I will say, I don't think Lab had any ill intentions.
He DM'd me. He sent me a private DM asking me to like and subscribe. What am I supposed to do?
Ooh, he's sending
Can you
DMs.
prove it?
Can you prove this?
I deleted it already.
No.
Earl! I'm
All right, so he then says that I sent. He says that I sent him. I don't know what a gooner is. That's just what it's like a lab rat. It's just how the show works. But what he said was that I DM'd him. How I would do that, I don't know. I have no idea who this guy really is. All right. And he says that I DM'd him to like and subscribe to my channel. Then they asked if he could prove it.
He DM'd me. He sent me a private DM asking me to like and subscribe. What am I supposed to do?
Ooh, he's sending
Can you
DMs.
prove it?
Can you prove this?
I deleted it already.
No.
Earl! I'm looking for a DM from Lab here
Why
on the
would
Mook
I
Can't
lie?
Sleep account.
Why
and
would
I
I
can
lie?
bridge.
Why would I lie?
I don't know.
Here's everything. Let's get that fucking Chevy kid on, dude. That dude's trying to wage war against fucking Canada, USA. The dude's up in fucking Manitoba talking about the fucking exchange rate, dude, pushing fucking Canada on us.
This is why we goon chat. Chevy, we're calling out another gooner in the chat. I
Give me
have
2-on-1, dude. I'll fucking do it. And while we're at it, dude, fucking shout out Madison, my fucking lovely girlfriend. Love her. Sitting on the couch next to me here, dude. Love her.
She's really your girlfriend?
Actually,
Totally. Fuck yes. Why would I lie about that?
So your girlfriend is a troll in this chat about Forest Green FGK. Get her to explain FGK to us if she's sitting next to you.
Maresh, brother. Love is love, dude. I don't come asking you about your divorce.
You don't have to. There's nothing to come at me for.
Maresh is pretty open. I will say this, Earl. I appreciate you being a junkyard dog in the chat. You are active.
King
You're
of the
an
chat.
active
King of the
gooner.
chat. What can I say?
Look, I'm not going to cry.
No, first of all, that's not his girlfriend. She was the one girl in the chat. He was like, hey, he was saying things like to her, like, hey, baby, what's up? You know, just.
You king of the chat just because I got to let the people decide that. You know what I'm saying? The people decide. I will say you are an all-star.
That's a soft decision, Mook. I got nothing but love for you since day one on the Yak. I've been a gooner here. Day one, West Coast Gooners, shout out. Make a sweatshirt. I'll buy it. Got to be extra, extra, extra large, but I'll buy it for fucking.
Okay,
Day one, dude.
I have the lab's number. Would you
Get
like?
on here, dude.
Okay.
He'll deny that he fucking sent me the chat, but don't worry, I'm photoshopping it. I'll have it ready for you.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go to voice.
I don't think that really proves your point if you Photoshop it.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
Finger, fuck off, dude. Fuck off.
I love Earl.
Be seen, not heard, Finger.
Oh,
Damn.
Earl, you're a legend. It's in the requests. It's the
I hate him too. He sucks. All right, so I had to DM my number. I had to DM him. I had to DM my number. All right. And they were going to get me on the line. Let me show you what happens here. Couldn't believe it, dude. I really couldn't believe it.
Love her. Sitting on the couch next to me here, dude. Love her.
She's really your girlfriend?
Actually,
About
you are an
That's a
all-star.
soft decision, Mook. I got nothing but love. Fucking send me the chat, but don't worry, I'm photoshopping. I'll have it ready for you.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna go to voice.
I don't think that really proves your point if you Photoshop it.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
Finger, fuck off, dude. Fuck off.
I love Earl.
Be seen, not heard, Finger.
Oh,
Damn.
Earl, you're a legend. It's in the requests. It's the most recent one. And look, I would like to say this before we get going. If it gets too nasty, I will be calling a truce. You have to switch it to the
With that lib shit.
Look. I got love.
All right, so at this moment, I'm calling in to the show.
For all my gooners. I got love for you. I got love for Lab. I just want you guys to settle this so the chat can move on.
Mook, he smokes mids.
all right, put him on hold for 1 second.
Okay, we're gonna put you on hold, Earl. Thank you for calling in. Okay, so we're gonna connect to the Lab.
I didn't know he smokes mids.
In chat, I'm gonna need some Jerry Springer action in the chat commentating this.
Oh wait.
Especially Chevy. Lab.
Earl just hung up.
Earl hung up.
Earl hung up.
Earl hung up.
Earl hung up.
Earl, call back in.
You can't be the junkyard dog of the chat if you're.
Oh, he called himself king of the chat. And we
Hung
got
up?
people in the chat saying Earl smokes mids. I mean, look, this is
Madison is denying dating him.
Wow.
What?
All chat saying Earl is scared. Earl, you're the king, bro. Get in here. Defend your crown. Watch those phones.
Damn.
Watch those phones, Finger.
Watch it like a hawk.
Oh, they're saying he folded. Lab, what do you have to say about the DM allegations? Okay, that's better. I thought we were full muted. Okay. Earl has backed down by saying Earl smokes kush.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you. They're saying it's in Spanish though,
In the
no
chat.
audio.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Murph Dog said
Well,
audio
I'll-
and braille. Okay. I'll say
He,
that,
all
and then
he said was that
we got you now. Cool.
he's just mad because he said that I called in to promote something. All I called in to do was just,
Shoot the shit.
give a little content, tell you my story, that's been going on, why I couldn't sleep. Didn't promote anything. I have no idea why Earl thinks that I would DM him under any circumstance. Even if I needed his kidney, I wouldn't do it.
Look, Earl's a wild card, man. You never know what Earl's going to pull out in the chat. He's an active chatter. Earl did say he's king of the chat, not king of the phone lines. So I believe that is why he's not calling in. He said that's Chance's territory.
Right.
How are the Frenchies doing? Chevy wants to know how the
Good.
Frenchies are doing.
No, they're good. They had some banana and dog food, and
That's nice.
they're sleeping now.
You should take them out.
they're
You
good
take them out
boys.
for like some runs.
All the time, dude. Yeah, we go to the park all the time.
I fantasize
they're,
about having a dog. I can't afford one right now,
Fantasize.
but yeah, I mean, I like running around with the dog. I like getting on all fours and kind of
Yeah.
pretending I'm also a dog.
No, I do some of that.
I do
stuff.
that with Aquarius
You
all
are
the time.
allergic to dogs.
I am allergic to dogs, but not all dogs. Okay.
Well, Frenchies are hypoallergenic, I believe.
I think some of them, yeah.
So you'd be good with them. I actually have a father and son. So the dog that I bought, his dad was a puppy mill dog, and the guy was like going to get rid of him. So I said, well, I'll take him. And so I've had him since he was like 3. And I had the little one since he was 6 weeks old. and they're together now. They're
That's awesome.
pretty happy.
Someone in
And I
chat,
was joking about the Michael Vick thing.
of course. Someone in chat asked, you guys started beefing over someone in the chat named Madison. Hi, Madison.
No, I don't even know who that is. Madison was just in the chat, and then Earl saw a chick, and then he like the creep that he is, he like pounced on her. He's like, "Hey, baby," and then she got all scared and
Okay.
pulled out her mace.
Look, I'm a
I don't
man.
blame her.
She pulled out her mace in chat. I love that. I'm a man of the people, and I let the.
No. She pulled out her mace on her couch because I think she thinks the guy's probably outside her window or something. We heard him earlier.
Wow, that's strong allegations. Well, Lab, thank you for calling in to clear that
All right,
up. Appreciate
I
you.
was gonna argue with him, but we'll try another time.
Look, I just want the Gooners to get along. I hate seeing my boys fight. And just wanted to get to the bottom of it. I think I have a clear head down. I think the chat has a clear picture now. So appreciate you, dude.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate it, bro.
Peace. Okay.
So basically, what ended up happening was the guy hung up, wouldn't get back on the phone, said he was king of the chat. He was none of that. And, he didn't really want any smoke. I wanted to give him some smoke, but he was he was accusing me of promoting my show on this show, and that just wasn't happening. But he's anyway. I'm sure Earl has subscribed, and he'll probably hear this. So, Earl, if you're listening, I invite you on to Lab After Dark. And we can finish what could have been. Because you suck and you're chicken shit and you're not king of the chat. You'll never be king of the chat. You're the worst. You're the worst. I mean, he sounded like an Earl. Did he not sound like an Earl? Come on, guys. He sounded just like an Earl would sound. I mean, at least that's what I thought. Like, listen to that voice.
Hello, you are live on Mook Can't Sleep. Is this the infamous Earl McDabbed?
Yes,
Earl McDabbed.
what's good?
Oh,
What's up, Earl?
You
What's
wanna-
up, my best friend?
you want to say
Mook gets way too excited.
anything to Maresh before we get your side of the story here?
Well, me and Maresh are on good terms.
Apparently, he was fighting with one of the hosts of the show the other day.
Pushed the dad videos tonight, so he's off my shit list. He has 1 strike, but he's got 2 to go, so we're good.
Oh.
He's a man named Earl, ERRL, from, I think he's from California, which is kind of scary in itself.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Okay, so one beef cleared. Now I see you at
And then he was fighting with some other guy in the chat about Canada. You heard him. He hung up. I won, right? Technically, but I still want to have a go at him. That's why I'm bringing it up tonight, because I challenge Earl McDabbed to back up what he said. And but I don't think he doesn't want the juice. He's not Tupac.
in the chat. I mean, look, I wouldn't have addressed it if it wasn't 3 a.m. and we didn't have much going on, but now I'm curious.
Mook, dude, you know me. Week in, week out, I'm king of the chat. Chat runs through me. I see a
King of the chat. Chat runs through him.
guy coming in, trying to grow his subscribers from 9 to 14. What am I going to do? I'm a loyal gooner, dude. West Coast gooner. Shadow, got to protect the fam.
Earl, I mean, look, Earl, I love you being like our junkyard dog. I respect you looking out for the Gooners. I will say, I don't think Lab had any ill intentions.
He DM'd me. He sent me a private DM asking me to like and subscribe. What am I supposed to do?
Ooh, he's sending
Can you
DMs.
prove it?
Can you prove this?
I deleted it already.
No.
Well, he clicked on my name. He clicked on my name and could see my channel, but I didn't promote it. I mean, if you just, and that's what he did. So he knows who I am. He was telling everybody that I had 12 listeners or whatever it is. He said that I was trying to, and I could have went up there and said, look, man, I got more subscribers than you. I got more listeners than you. I got more views than you. I got this. That wasn't what I was calling to do. I enjoy the guy's show. I think he's a nice kid. And I think he's funny, and sometimes I like listening to him. So yeah, I was partaking in the show, called in, and but then I was like, dude, like if he wants content, then we can go at it. And no, Seth, I didn't bring up corn dogs. Corn dogs. Why would I bring up corn dogs? It's terrible. It's not the right time. Earl would have been way too into the corn dog situation, you know. No, I can't. I cannot call in. He's gonna watch this show, or he's gonna watch the show, and my offer to him stands. He needs to come on. First of all, he needs to apologize. He won't apologize because his name's Earl. Then he was harassing and I guess by the end there was a couple women in the chat, and anyway, I won, but I was ready. I was ready to rip him up, but he's just, I didn't want to have a bonding moment with Earl. I don't like Earl. Earl sucks. I mean, listen to that voice. Listen to this voice.
Canada, USA. The dude's up in fucking Manitoba talking about the fucking exchange.
Your girlfriend?
Actually?
Get her to explain FGK to us if she's sitting next to you.
Maresh, brother, love is love, dude. I don't come asking you about your divorce.
No, you don't have to. There's nothing to come at me for.
Maresh is pretty open. I will say this, Earl. I appreciate you being a junkyard dog in the chat.
Well, I didn't appreciate it, Mook. I didn't like him. I don't like him.
Sleep.
But he was supposed. He just never. He wouldn't call in. He hung up. He knew I was on the phone. He knew I was calling back, and he hung up. And Earl, wherever you are, I hope that you have mites or bed bugs. And I sincerely hope that you get pepper sprayed by whatever that lady's name was. I don't know. Maybe call Peyton and get his input. Never. No, because Peyton will be on his side. I already know how Peyton works. And hold on. Maybe I will ask him. He didn't even watch it. I am on TikTok, but I never post. If I don't know. I haven't posted on TikTok in a really long time. It's
Hello, you are live on Mook
something.
Can't Sleep. Is this the
having too many
back down by
social media accounts is not good. How do I send this?
Hello, you are live on
I can't. Am I having? Of course I am. What about now? Is that any better? There's something wrong here. Is it still staticky? Hold on one second. Bu- bu- bu. See here. Does anybody here? Does anybody watch Turtle? It's good now. Does anybody here watch Turtle Island? I didn't watch. And I can't really be bothered, but I'm really hoping that Clue gets sent off of there. I heard what she said about Brittany, which was nuts. It just gets worse and worse, like every day. Brittany, please, whatever you do, just stop responding. That's it. Good, I'm glad. There's still static. For real? Is there really still static? Turd Hole Island. Okay. What's going on here? You guys still hear static? Really? Shit. All right. Give me a second. Hold on, please. I'm going to switch to Old Faithful. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Is this any better? Is this any better? How does this sound? Yeah. What's up? This sucks. We're having technical difficulties over here. It's so stupid. Well, yeah. Oh my god, dude. This is crazy. No, I was changing out my microphone. I have a new microphone. This is ridiculous. Honestly. Yeah, Earl, can you hear this, you little bitch? I don't want to do activities. I just want to talk. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk right into this microphone. Just like this. It's like I don't know where the little holder thing is. So yeah, I'm kind of having to hold it here. And yeah. I can't find the mount to it. Yeah, it's called something. It's called Lab After Dark has jumped the shark. That's what it's called. I mean, look at this. We are absolutely, it's just chaos at the moment. No static though, is there? Hello. Hi. How's it going? No static at all. Great. That's awesome. I'm so happy about that. I'm happy there's no static. That I have to use this mic that's handheld. Stupid. Oh my god. I got trapped by a neighbor of mine today. I don't know if that's ever happened to you before, but he was walking his dog and like he's I think he thinks he's a dog expert. And I don't know if he is or not. But it's just like he asked me what vet I go to, and I was like, I don't know, one that's down the street. And he's like, what's the name of it? And I was like, I don't know. And then he's like, is there a vet name? Da da da. And I was like, I don't know. And then he says, well, what about you don't go to Myrtle Avenue? I go to a place in Myrtle Avenue. I go to a place in Myrtle Avenue. That's true. I do that. And he wanted to know everything, like where I go to the vet and all this kind of stuff, and how this is the weirdest thing. And like, I like the guy. He's a nice guy. I got no problem with the guy at all. He's a wonderful guy. But his dog, the beautiful German Shepherd, his name's Taz, and he lays down, like while him and I are talking, the dog lies on the pavement. He just falls asleep on the sidewalk, and I asked him, or I said, look how trusting he is. You know, look how trusting he is. Laying on the ground, and he looks at me dead serious, and he goes, he knows I have his back. It's like, whoa. He knows I have his back. I was like, all right, it's cool, man. Then he told me that how his dog ran off like a potential girlfriend, and he was dead serious too. He was like, Taz he did not like, she was sitting in his seat, and he was looking at me, and he was saying like, why are you letting her sit there? And I was like, he said that? Like, he said that to you? He was like, no, but like, it was the look. Like, he gave me that look. I was like, oh, okay. So he didn't say that. He's like, no, but I know, like, he thinks that he thinks that him and the dog, like it's like telepathy. I think he thinks that him and the dog like are on the same wavelength, and which is crazy because he's not like even if they did both like audibly speak, like he's a German Shepherd, so he wouldn't speak English as his first language, first of all, and second of all, he's a dog. My neighbor, hold on, let me hold this microphone while I highlight this. Hold on. Oh, thank you, Kelsey, for gifting 10 Lab After Dark memberships. Yeah, he's like, he knows I have his back. What the hell does that mean? You have his back? All I said was, oh, let's go, how comfortable he is. Like, he just, because he's a really cute dog, and he just lays down and he's like, he knows I have his back. And I was like, I still don't know what that means. And it was like a 45-minute conversation after I just got done shampooing the carpet again. Like, I'm obsessed with shampooing the carpet. This shampooer that I got is on a whole nother level. But yeah, he's just like, dude, and then everything, like for some reason, he started talking about the guard, like the cop dogs from DC in the 60s and how they didn't have an off switch. And it was, yeah. Oh, yeah. I see him. He's he's sort of like, he's a really nice fella, but yeah, I see him all around talking to people. Like, I think that's kind of how he communicates, with others, is taking his dog out for a walk. And I have no problem admitting that sometimes I hide. Like, one time I hid behind the green waste can. And I think he saw me, to be honest with you. He never said anything, but I was crouched behind it. He either thought that or that I was going to the bathroom. But I did. I've hidden because I can't. Sometimes I just, like, I don't have a 45-minute conversation in me about, him taking his dog to the vet and how he only trusts him, and that the dog longs to be out of the room and in the owner's hands. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. It doesn't. But it doesn't work. Kelsey, it does. I'm telling you. But yeah, I sometimes I hide from him. I've done the phone thing, and he'll barrel right through the phone thing. The phone thing is nothing. It's not a big deal to him. Like, if he sees you on the phone, he doesn't care. Hey, once you get the hey, and you're like, especially if your back's turned. Like, if your back is turned, and because I've tried to retreat into the house before, like, okay, and you hear the hey, and I was like, God dang it. He's not lonely? What do you mean? No, it's plain nice. I talked to him. It was 45 minutes about how Taz doesn't like the new leashes at the vet. I don't want to talk about the vet. I have bad experiences at the vet. Yeah, I don't know what he thought. What's up, little bit? How are you? Hope you're doing good. Banana Fresh says that I saw. Yeah, 45 minutes, and it was just a lot. It's a lot. Now, he's nicer than Earl. Earl sucks. Earl is top notch, wall to wall assholes. But this he's a nice guy. I like him. I got nothing wrong with him. You want me to tell him I have diarrhea? So, okay. All right. Next time I'll say, hey, sorry, buddy, I got the shits. I'm out of here. I mean, I might do that. I don't know. Is that something that that needs to be looked into? Yeah, I think that's part of it too. But he was like, he's so cute, He's a sweetheart dog, but I have done the phone thing, and he barrels. He barrels right through it. Those like turnstiles. If that was a metaphor, he jumps the turnstile, just goes straight to it. Yeah, but like how I gotta say I can't do it every time, because then he'll be like, hey, have you been to? You should go see the vet about your diarrhea. And I'll be like, all right, me and Taz will go with you. The vet's got really good diarrhea medicine. Yeah, so, you should go get a ultrasound from the. You should go get an ultrasound from the vet. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm all right. What vet do you go to? How often do you go? Did you do this? Did you get this shot? Do you know what parvo is? Do you ever go to the beach? Do you ever? And I'm just like, the whole time I'm just thinking, I really want a turkey sandwich at this present time. I really would love. This is what I'm thinking while he's asking me these questions, and it's like turkey sandwich on sliced sourdough with I don't know, a little provolone maybe. Yeah. A little provolone. Maybe a little pepper jack, and something like that. It's just I don't know. I gotta find. No, the whole time that I'm doing it, Macho's inside just losing his shit. Macho can't be around other dogs that aren't named Otis. He barely tolerates Otis. Oh, look what I found. Shoot. I think I'm stuck holding this thing. Just say what you're thinking, he will leave. So what I was thinking about was a turkey sandwich, and I was also thinking about I was thinking about turkey sandwich and a vitamin water, like a cold vitamin water. Dragon fruit. One of the greatest drinks ever, by the way. No high fructose corn syrup. That's a big deal. Listen, the best bread is at Shaw's. I don't know. It's the Cheesecake Factory bread. Thank me later. Yeah, I mean, look, if we could have had that conversation and I would have had a turkey sandwich prepared, I think that I could have probably gotten through most of it without feeling disgruntled at all. It really wasn't it wasn't his fault. But I had turkey on the mind. And I don't know. I mean, maybe that's rude, but it was lunchtime. And I needed a turkey sandwich. you know, dragon fruit. I don't know. I'm not really sure how to describe it. Macho has my back sometimes when he wants to. It's not a foregone conclusion. It really depends on the day. Yeah, smoked turkey. I'm a big fan. I like that with cheddar. But I don't put chips on. I do not put chips. I don't put chips on my sandwich. I never have. I've never tried it one time. I don't want to do anything like that. I don't know why. I like chips separately. I've never put chips on my sandwich, and I'll never do it. Now there's going to be people, Josh, you're missing out. Let me miss out. All right. There's worse things to miss out in life. It's better to have loved and lost than to never put chips on your sandwich at all. You know, I like my chips and my sandwich like I like my politics. Church and state. You know, I need it. I need them. I don't like it. I don't know why. But it's just not something that I abide with. I don't know. I mean, it's just doesn't sound good to me. Like, why would you want a crunchy sandwich? I don't get that. Why do you need a crunchy sandwich? Sandwiches aren't meant to be crunchy, are they? Now, I get the whole chips with, you know, I get the chips with the sandwich, but not on the sandwich. Chips on my burger and in my coffee ice cream. Chips? In your ice cream? And in your coffee? That's criminal. Yes, on the sandwich. Yeah, like if it's yes, lettuce is a sandwich item, and I mean, if it's shredded lettuce, then it's not really that crunchy. But if it's leaf lettuce, it'll be a little crunchy. Oh, coffee ice cream. I thought you put chips in your coffee ice cream. I thought that's what had happened, and that just seems disgusting. I thought we were going too far there. I really hate holding this microphone. It's the worst. Sprouts on everything. I'll help you with polyps in the future. That's for sure. I don't think sprouts are gross, but they don't actually taste like anything. You know. Sprouts have no flavor whatsoever. I've had sprouts on stuff. It's you like sprouts on your brownies? What's up, Sense of Soul? Earl, I guarantee that Earl. Let me see here. I could see Earl doing that. Let me see. Twisties in a roll. I don't know what that means. I've never had I've never had that either. Never. It's just ridiculous. I should have called it quits right then and there. Right when the static happened. But I busted out the old. It's miserable. No, it's not. It's no. I hate it with a passion. I'm only doing it because I started a show and I didn't want to end the show prematurely. So we went handheld because that's what I do. I finish the show. I should finish like I feel like an asshole just like sitting here holding this thing. So stupid. Your arms are going to get tired. I mean, that happened 15 minutes ago. Just sitting here holding it like this. It's already happened. It's happening. It's happened. And yeah. I'm not an actual gooner. I don't even know what that means. Pretzels and ice cream sound good. That sounds legit. Going to be sore tomorrow. No, from holding a microphone? God, if I'm sore tomorrow from holding a microphone, that's terrible. That is just that'd be embarrassing, really. How humiliating that would be. Well, it sounds good. I mean, I guess that's all that matters, huh? We're here. We're here. Inches of sprouts equals yes, sprinkled sprouts on sandwich. Pubes equals no. What the freak was that? What? Inches of sprouts equal yes. Sprinkled sprout sandwich pubes equals no. All right. Great. Oh, I got it ready. I have Aspercream. I'm not sure. I mean, whatever it was kind of funny, but I don't know. I don't liken sprouts to that, but maybe, I mean, I could see people doing it. It's not something I would do, but I get it. You know, it is what it is. Love you forever and ever. Forever and ever. Sprouts are good for you. They're not good. They don't taste good. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, but sprouts are good for you, but they don't actually taste good. Yeah. So sorry. Barbecue chips and chocolate ice cream is awesome. They add texture. Sprouts are great with bacon lardons. What the hell does that mean? What the hell is bacon lardons? They make your fart stink. Great. They don't taste bad. They don't taste good. They don't taste like anything. Sprouts get recalled too much. See, that's the thing too. And I get food poisoning a lot. Like a lot. In the last year, I've had a lot of food poisoning. So I've been like, I did get a salad. It was chef salad the other day, which was fantastic, and I was nervous the whole time. even though it looked really fresh, it does scare me on time. Big chunks of bacon. Got to grow your own. Yeah, I'm sure Earl grows his own sprouts. C. Taylor, what's happening? Thank you for becoming a member of the Oddest Show late night. You know Earl grows, right? Grow your own. I don't want to. Like, I've never grown anything in my life. I don't think sprouts would be the first thing. Like, I would have to start like a garden. You want me to duct tape it? That's not a bad idea, really. Hold on. I don't have any duct tape, though. It's not the worst idea ever. So, there you go. I need a sports bra. What the hell does that mean? It's not nice. Why do I need a sports bra? You could have taped it to your other mic. Well, I got you. Well, it's too late for all that. I mean, look where we are. Tape it to your headphones. No, I don't want to do that. Canola oil. Food poisoning. Upside down from your cat. I got it. They were good. Look. Like my arm is limp right now. Completely. So I'm good. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm relaxed. Don't I look relaxed? I don't look relaxed to you? I feel relaxed. Well, I am relaxed, so whatever. Look, I could have just ended the show. I didn't. I'm here. I'm fulfilling my obligation, and not only my obligation, but my love of streaming on Lab After Dark, doing shows. And honestly, I'm starting to lose feeling in my hand, like completely. So it's slow. I'm slowly losing feeling in my hand. So look like I'm begrudgingly doing a breathalyzer. You think so? Rare form? Yeah, well, whatever. This is ridiculous. All right, well, good morning, Josh. Hope you're doing okay. Everything's good over here. Thank you, Claire, which I'm doing great. You can't tell. I have a microphone taped to my hand. But thank you. Yeah, pocket sandwich. Yeah, I'll do that. I will absolutely keep a pocket sandwich on me. No, you can't see me rip it off. I'm ending the show just like this. Like this. Uh, yeah, it's I could have done better, I think, but I didn't think about it. Neighbor might think that you're weird and avoid you. You think? What would give him the impression that I'm weird? Can you tell me that? Can anybody tell me what would give off the impression that I'm weird to my neighbor? I don't think so. I hope not. Looks like one of those guys that passes out from a 6-pack. By like 9, 7, 9. Claire, which I mean, I would highly suggest not rewatching the show. You know, I just I don't know. The show must go on. The show must go on. For karaoke, as long one knows sings American Pie. It's American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys drinking whiskey and rye, singing "This will be the day that I die." That one, I like that song. No reason to rewatch. Everything's fine. I think it's a great song. Honestly, I really do. Really right now we're just on Union Time. I'm just reading the chat. I'm not even, I don't want to talk longer than him. The point is to talk less than him. WTF, do you have an electrical tape holding the mic to your hand? I just got here. I've been missing the past month. Clearly, this ain't a poopy problem, so I'm at a loss. Well, basically, I had a microphone that I was using. The microphone broke. Or it got staticky, so I switched to the handheld, and I got tired of holding it, so I taped it to my hand. with electrical tape. There's really not that much to it, to be honest. I mean, it's pretty simple. Like, it wasn't a long road to get here. It just sort of happened. And now here we are. That's it. That's really, I mean, I don't know if I could explain it any better. You know what I'm saying? And currently, my fingertips aren't. Let me see if let me open my water here for a second. I'm gonna get electrocuted if I spill this water. Man, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it'll take me some solvent. Yeah, well, it's getting numb, so that, I mean, it doesn't bother me that it's numb. I don't know what a poopy problem is. Like, I crap my pants or something. I didn't do that either. But great. Let's drop the lid. Lid's gone. I really don't mind if my arm goes completely numb, because then there's nothing to yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. You're right. This is dedication. I had a show planned, and damn it, we're following through. Just wrap the mic with TP. No problem. I can't tape it to a water bottle. How am I going to drink the water? No, I'm not calling Peyton under any circumstance. I'm in this to win this. That's sort of, yeah. That's what that's kind of how this is. Well, sort of. Like, at some point, I'm just going to end up, it's going to end up like this. But yeah, I get what you're saying. My doctor says it can stay that way for 10 minutes before falling off. I got farted on in the supermarket. Peyton needs to be informed. Stack books. I don't have any books. There's no books here. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing. This is becoming a hole in the bucket situation. We're going to stack books. I don't have any. I mean, I like the idea. I just, I don't have any books, so. I'd rather not say. It'll be all right. No, I have a mic stand, but I don't have the holder. Gorilla Glue? It's on there pretty good, to be honest. Ow. All right. That wasn't too bad. I'm going to hold it with this hand now. Oh, God. What a terrible night. Absolutely awful. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark
Glue it to you. I'm not gluing it to my
is
cheek.
starting shortly. Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Jay.
All right, here we go. Welcome to the No Big Deal Lab After Dark podcast. It's kind of a hybrid. I don't know. I'm not really sure. This is actually episode 2. The last episode we did was like a year ago. And it's actually, yeah, so that was episode 1. We're on episode 2, and by I think probably 2030 we'll have a good 4 episodes in.
I think we just do it one a year. Make
Just
it like,
that's it, 1 a year.
make it an annual thing. Make it like Christmas.
Christmas gift.
Well, but Christmas is special. Like this isn't really that special.
It's not as
Right.
special, but it's special. I mean, I'm returning to my roots.
Well, that's true. And what's funny is that probably without you, I probably wouldn't have got into podcasting.
I mean, I take a little bit of credit. I'm not going to take all the credit, but yeah.
I mean, although I was already obsessed with like radio and stuff like that, but it was
I did have the idea for our first show, and then our other friends' podcast too that I was also on.
yeah, that show sucked.
That
It was
show
bad.
was bad.
It was the worst. And the worst part about it was like you were the one that it was your idea, but I went out and made it happen.
You mean not the wrestling podcast, but the other one?
I would never be a part of a wrestling podcast.
What do you mean you made it happen? Like it was your house, but it was my equipment.
We used your equipment the first time.
Yeah, and then
I
you
went
had a
out
pretty
and
good setup. Yeah,
then
you
I
had like
went
like the iMac.
Yeah, I
rocket.
went out and bought a high powered computer, microphone. But I could every time we would start to record though, it would take me an hour to fix the settings because
every time, and they wouldn't save, so you'd figure it out, and then we'd do a show, and then it was just back to square one
every time. And
that's kind of the Peyton's taken that tradition because he fucks up the audio setting every day.
Every day. That's all right. You can cuss. We just edit it out.
But
like a bleep? Is it going to be like a bleep?
Probably just a dead spot. I don't know. I mean, we could do.
Should bleep it.
We could do, but shut up, Peyton.
Hear that crying?
Yeah, it's Peyton. Dude, Peyton's married now, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
And I didn't get invited?
No.
All right. I like how you're just honest about it. You didn't try to
wait. I thought you did invite him, Peyton.
No, I didn't invite him.
I asked you if you invited him.
And what did I say?
I don't remember.
Well, I wouldn't have gone, but I like to have been thought of.
This conversation's over then. Sometimes it is nice to be invited, but
because if you look at I wanted to invite you, but then I was like, the guy's like in Washington. I kind of
I wouldn't have gone, but
he's gonna come for like his friend's son's wedding.
I'll tell you this: that Lucas did get an invite, though.
He did, or didn't?
Because he's in California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Ryan's actually closer to us than him because Lucas is in the shithole of Los Angeles County.
By choice?
I didn't know that.
Not by choice. It's just like, he falls in love with a girl every 3 years and then moves to wherever she's at. Like he did that in Alaska, Seattle, Texas. Now he's in LA.
I like that theme though.
I think at one point he was thinking about moving to Canada. Swear to God.
Of course.
So yeah, but I think this one's like pretty sturdy. You know what I mean? Like I think because they have kids now. Like
he's matured.
I don't know if he's matured, but he's locked in because before he was just like dating, like he would date like a pregnant woman. That was
I remember that.
Yeah. He would date a pregnant woman, and then he'd be there for like the birth of the child, and he'd like take pictures, and then she'd break up with him like 6 months later, be like, "You're not the father of my son," and then he'd like sit on the floor cross-legged and cry.
Just watching UFC.
I'm not even kidding, dude. One time, like, which is what he's doing tonight, by the way. He texted me earlier. He's all, dude, it sucks that Derrick Henry's out.
Dude, it's not even like a pay-per-view tonight.
It's like Brandon Moreno's although I do like Brandon Moreno.
He's all right. But I don't watch any of the things except the pay-per-views. He watches like every week.
Yeah, that's true. He does watch every week. He doesn't watch do you watch the MMA Guru?
Yeah, I love him.
Isn't he like the funniest thing?
He's the best. I always send Lucas like clips of him.
Did you see when he had like COVID and he was like yelling "F you, Izzy"?
I don't remember that part. I remember he hates Izzy though.
Yeah, it was who was it that I think it was Dracus Duplessis?
Yeah.
Beat because the Guru went to South Africa to meet Dracus.
Yeah, I remember that. I saw that.
And then Dracus beat Izzy, and then the funniest part about the whole thing was he had like stage 5 like COVID or something where like he didn't have a voice, and he had a South African like flag around him, and then Izzy won, or no, Izzy lost, and he's all you, Izzy. Yeah, like he was like screaming.
He's the best.
Yeah, I see people say all the time, they're like, dude, see, like anybody could do that, like you just gotta. I'm like, no, he's actually got talent.
Dude, everyone hates on him. He has as much like haters as like fans. I don't know why.
Because he just talks shit. But I mean, he's every show that he does, he has like, I don't know, at least 3,000 in his chat. Yeah. And then there's sometimes where he has like 20,000 during like live events.
God.
Yeah, he's I went back to like one of his very first videos and it has like 200 views. He has like, okay, this is dead air time.
Why aren't we on Rumble right now?
You get on Kick.
I've been on Kick. It's weird. Matter of fact, here, let me show you.
It's
This
like
is
uncensored on Kick.
I know, but look, I went on Kick one
Rumble
time,
too.
and this is like this is who I got. Do you know you get matched up with people?
Oh, it's like a random thing.
Sometimes, yeah. Well, I don't know how I ended up there, but like, look at the screen. Like, this is what happened.
That is so random, man.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, and then he was like, hi, and I was like, well, you're Joker, and he's all, I wear lots of different costumes. It's just like, holy God.
How long did you talk to him? Like a minute?
The whole 3 minutes I had to.
Jeez.
It was terrible.
Typical MMA guru fan.
No, he wasn't a Guru fan, was he?
I bet he was.
Did you get matched up with any chicks on Kick?
No, of course not. You think that you think that like that's like a honey hole for people? Did you just see what I showed you?
I did. Yeah, that's a good sign. Yeah.
That was
anywhere where that guy is, there are no women.
I was terrified. As you can see, like look at my face.
Yeah, the face gives it.
And he doesn't care at all. Like he thinks, dude, check this out. This is a comment that somebody left me the other day. You suck, Josh. Trying to twist things just like the rest of them. I don't even know what they were talking about.
He might just be right.
You suck, Josh. That's not very nice, right? Like I get shit like that all the time.
Most hated.
I don't know. Like I don't know if I'm most hated, but I do catch a lot of like strays and stuff from people, and because I made a joke about somebody the other day, like that they're this person's like little like it's their Frankenstein is what I said, and like they're Frankenstein's monster because like you never see like their face or anything, they never show who they are. And then I said, but it's really impressive that you're able to get your head all the way up that person's ass with bolts in your neck. And and they just got pissed and just started calling me and stuff.
Ball always hits it.
Yeah. It's weird too because he brings it up a lot. But then he said something very nice about me, which I hate when people do that.
Yeah, he like takes away your ammo.
Right. That's exactly what he did. Here. You'll hear. Let's see.
Was this a tactic of his?
Yeah, I think he didn't want any more smoke because I was like going at him.
Yeah, when they get scared of getting in like a war of back off like that.
Yeah. Like listen, this is him talking crap about somebody else, and then because I had just been feuding with him. So initially this is him talking.
But I would give you that advice a little bit. You're just a talentless hack loser who's homeless that's living on the beach. I'm sorry. When it comes to Josh with the lab, at least he's funny. I mean, he made me laugh with the Apple Tower thing. I called it Apple Tower. Give him that much. That's a proper roast, actually. I respect that. That's a level of talent. But that's the difference between you and other people with talent. Some people have talent. You don't have talent.
I mean... I was when I heard that I was like, dude,
brutal.
Don't ever compliment me. Don't ever
brutal.
Where that came from?
What's that?
You're a lovable guy.
Well, the thing is that we went back and forth for like 3 or 4 days, and I was having a blast. I was brutal.
So that guy's like a fan of yours. Like he's been around on your show before.
No, he's absolutely the opposite of a fan. He hates me.
But he'll like watch and comment.
Yes. Yes. And but at first you said that I was a loser. For like that was like his initial thing. He'd go, I don't know what gives Josh the right to think that he understands what a RICO case is. And then he goes, the guy is a loser. And I was like, what? Why are you talking? What are you talking?
Talentless. You're a talentless hack.
That's that. He called somebody else that, but
Okay. I thought he was talking about you.
no, because then he went on to say, at least Josh is funny. Whoever the else the guy, and then I was super pissed because I was like, I don't want to hear how talented I am from somebody that I can't stand. I want to keep, talking shit. It takes the win. Like it's like when Eminem was battling,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he says all the insults first, so Papa Doc.
Yeah, he's like, I am white, I am a bum. And he just kind of he kind of just took the wind out of my sails, and now I have to find somebody else to pick on.
Dude, didn't we see 8 Mile in the theater together?
We did, yeah. And there was like a little 10-year-old boy that like snuck in by himself. You remember him?
No, I don't remember that, but
I guarantee that kid's in prison.
Sneaking into 8 Mile at 10, yeah, that's not starting on a good road.
He's like, my mom dropped me off here. I was like, what? But we weren't very old either, were we?
I feel like we were like 16 or something.
Is this pre-Peyton?
Yeah.
That's pre-Peyton. That movie came out before I was born.
2002. Yeah, we went and saw it when it came out.
Yeah, 16.
That is pre-Peyton.
Because I remember we were playing Babe Ruth at the same time.
Yeah, we were Summer League.
Yeah, dude.
Peyton loves it.
Summer League.
He was like, he loves the story about Nate Hawk.
Which one? There's multiple. Getting the chicken?
No, I've never told him that one. You should tell him about that.
Well, yeah, we would go on like road trips and we'd stop at like Safeway or something, and everybody would get food and drinks. We'd be like in a big ass van, like driving 8 hours.
Yeah, but most people would go to the deli and get like a sandwich or something.
Yeah, everybody would get normal stuff like bag of chips and a sandwich or like chicken strips. Like Nate Hawk would buy like an entire like rotisserie chicken, and just that's all he would get. And he would just mow the rotisserie chicken like in the van.
Yeah, like a leopard would, like a wounded.
Yeah, he'd be like,
God.
Yeah. And that's when it just gets worse and worse from there. He was an interesting guy.
Yeah, that's the story that sheds like the best light on him. It only gets worse from there.
It ends up with him riding horses in a field in his underwear with women that I'd never seen before.
Yeah, that adds up.
Like when I fell asleep, there was nobody there. When I woke up, they were riding horses in their underwear.
I thought you were dreaming.
I did. Because the thing was, it was a bad, like, I thought his mom was going to be there. And it was just us. And like, because he's like, let's go like hang out at my house. And I was like, all right. And then I show up, nobody's there. He pulls out a 6-foot bong, stands on a chair. He's like, I need you to light this for me. And I was like, oh.
Dude, isn't he the guy that like lived in like a converted like church that turned into a house?
I think that was before this. Well,
okay.
No, his dad. Yeah, his dad. I was at his mom's house.
Okay, yeah. I just remember he lived in like a church that like turned into a house.
But the worst part about it was like we were like 15 or so, and I didn't have, I couldn't drive, neither could he. I got dropped off in the middle of like Elk River Road, and it was like
Costa Rica, dude.
But it was like 4 or 5 miles like back into the wood. Like it was like the last house at the end of this like long road, right? So I couldn't explain to anybody how to get there if I wanted to go home. Like I was stuck. And
there's no Ubers.
There was no Ubers. There was no cell phones at the time. Nothing. I was stranded. And like I said, I thought like an adult would be there, but like apparently his mom was like touring Europe with her boyfriend or something. And so what I end up there, and I'm just like, as soon as we get there, he pulls out a case of 211, like the beer, and he shotguns one, pulls out his bong, stands on the stool, and he's like, here, dude, I need you to light this for me. And I was like, I don't even know what to do.
How did you get to this place in your life?
Yeah, and the only way that we were getting out of there was the next day his dad was coming to pick us up we had a game in the morning. He was catching, I was pitching. Suffice to say, we got smoked that game. But
So you had to stay the night there.
I slept. Oh, yes. Yeah. And here's the scariest part about the whole thing. The room that I was sleeping in, there was like a phone by the bed, and I picked it up and it was just a deadline.
like a horror movie.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. I couldn't get out of there if I wanted to. And then like I was all paranoid by the end, because of his 6-foot smoking lamp. And I was like terrified. And I was like telling him I was like tripping out. He's like, it's gonna be all right, dude. It happens to me all the time.
Another day in the life.
Yeah, and I was like, I'll just chill on the couch. So I did, and I finally fell asleep, but I woke up. It was like 4 a.m, and there was like this little pastor outside, and he had a cowboy hat on in his underwear, and he was riding one of the horses.
I mean, I wasn't there, but I can picture it, and it looks like coming from him, that adds up.
He was just the weirdest. His eyes, it was funny too, because even when he wasn't like drinking or smoking pot, his eyes stayed bloodshot
every time. Yes.
Yeah, speaking of bloodshot, dude, my cousin Rob.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Big Shook.
No, we could talk about him later, but Rob's back in rehab. Number 11.
11? Is that a record?
That's the ones that I know of. I think there's more.
11 at the least.
Yeah, and he said that this time he went in voluntarily, but nobody believes that.
So who forced him?
The court. He's got 5 DUIs. No license.
5 DUIs?
Yeah, never had a driver's license. And he got 3 of those DUIs on a little 50 mini bicycle, or like a little dirt bike that he would ride around the city.
Jeez.
With a leather jacket.
Can I talk about what he did at the wedding?
Oh, of course.
Okay, so
Peyton claims he wasn't invited to the wedding.
He was
He
not.
just showed up.
Yeah, he just showed up. So the first thing he did was at the reception, me and my wife were walking to the front tables, and he followed me and her up dancing.
That's true. I have a video of that.
Yeah, so he followed us up dancing, shimmying the whole way up.
It wasn't just them. It was the whole wedding party. The wedding party had walked in the reception hall. We were sitting there. And then all of a sudden, Robert, who, by the way, was
hammered.
He was ossified drunk.
I mean, you don't even have to say that. It's Robert.
But this is how drunk he was. He had a dress shirt on, and he was sweating through the whole thing. His back was all sweaty and his pits, and he's walking in and he's doing a shimmy.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show it to you right now. That way you don't have to.
Okay, but also he came up to all of the groomsmen crip walking. And I was like, hey, Robert, now's not the time to dance, bud. We're eating.
You said that to him?
Yeah.
How dare you take his shine?
I was like, why don't you go and sit back down? Because you're kind of causing a scene.
He disappeared from the reception for 2 hours, and nobody knew where he was. And I was worried that he may have fallen off the deck into the bay. And his mom was like, has anybody seen Robert? And nobody had seen him. And we were all sitting at this table, and this dancing's going on. And Robert, 2 hours later, he walks right back into the building, walks straight to the dance floor, grabs a bottle of champagne off the table, starts chugging it, and he starts dancing.
Dude, he never left.
And we were all wondering where he was. He was in the bushes. He passed out.
Power nap. It's not passed out.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
and he also ripped his shirt off on the dance floor, and everybody left.
Why is your shirt off?
Yeah, his shirt was off. And then he was dancing on tables outside, and he got yelled at for that. But he had a great time. Peyton says he wasn't invited, but he invited my aunt, which if you invite my aunt, aunt, you're inviting Robert.
Well, yeah, that's like when Howard was worried about inviting Sal to the wedding. You know, when you bring Sal to the wedding, something's gonna happen. It's not gonna be normal.
Yeah. Well, there were a couple people that showed up to the wedding that were not invited that hung out the whole time.
Yeah, so it's not just Robert, but it was like
Robert was, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. You keep saying Robert was invited. What wasn't
he
invited?
wasn't.
Not only was he invited, he almost brought a girl to the wedding.
Dude, he had a +1.
He apparently so. And he was wearing one of those hats with like marijuana like stickers on it.
Classy.
He lost that hat by the end of the night, but yeah, he's in rehab again. So.
Well, at least he got in that wedding before rehab. Like
he had a really bad week. He got beat up by a girl in an elevator, and then he got beat up by his neighbor, and then his dog actually ended up biting the neighbor, and now the dog has to go to court too.
Everybody in the family is going to court.
Everybody's going to court. Everybody, it's really wild. But yeah, so then all of a sudden we just hear, "Hey, Robert's going to rehab again." You know, I don't know, but Peyton, he was invited to the wedding, right?
No, he was never invited. If he was invited, we would have had a letter with his name.
Are you
on it.
eating?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna mute you.
Why?
You disgusting ass chew.
It's unprofessional.
It's nobody can hear you. You're muted.
I chew with my mouth closed.
You're muted. No, you don't. He's all.
Yes, I do.
Is that from Panda Express?
No, I don't know where it's from. My wife brought it.
Nice. It's a good wife.
Has an inner ear infection.
What'd you say? I don't get it.
My wife had. Well, it's from Seinfeld.
I don't like that show.
Because there's people that always. My wife this. My wife.
You don't like Seinfeld?
No.
Yeah.
He likes Curb though.
Okay.
How does that?
Which doesn't make sense because it's the same humor.
It's the same show, and
it's just funny to me. I don't know. I think Curb's hilarious, but Seinfeld's just like boring. Even though Larry David writes both of them.
Yeah, it's the same like jokes. Maybe it's just because like you didn't live through the time of Seinfeld. Maybe.
Yeah, that could be it. Because I don't know. I don't see the appeal. But I love Curb Your Enthusiasm though. I like Larry David.
Is this Robert? The shimmy?
Yeah. Can you see his sweaty back?
Yeah.
Look at it, dude.
It's like soaked.
Yeah, people are like staring at him.
Yeah, so everybody's just looking like in awe.
He followed the wedding party in, and then the whole time, for some reason, I ended up at the same table as him, and he's like, should I go after him? Should I go after him? I was like, yeah, definitely, dude. And so he does it, and then people start yelling at him. He's like, Josh told me to do it. And he said that later too, because I told him, I was like, you should get up on this table and like dance.
How do you end up at your table? You're like at the head table, and he wasn't even invited, and he like finessed his way into the table.
No, I wasn't at the head. I wasn't in the wedding.
Oh, you weren't? I figured you would be.
Hell no. No. I just wanted to be a father to be there and watch.
What would a father be in the wedding for?
Yeah, well, if it was a girl, if my daughter was getting married, yes.
Yeah, you're right. Dads aren't usually in the wedding.
But I don't have a daughter.
Well, you do now.
I do now. Yeah, I have a daughter. I do now have a daughter.
In law, right?
Yeah, but I mean, still.
Yeah, that's a daughter.
She falls under all the same protections of a regular child of mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, other than because he had the groomsmen were his cousins, and his brother, and I think Marcus too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know me, dude. You know I don't want to be in a wedding.
No. You didn't even want to be in Slug's wedding.
I was in his wedding, and it sucked. You know what sucked about it, dude, was like it was like a week of like hog shit that we had to do.
Yeah, the bachelor party, like everybody else has cool bachelor parties, like at like strip clubs. Yeah.
And who was in charge of that? Was that
I don't know.
best man? Neither one of us were the best man in his wedding.
I think it was Eric, wasn't it?
Yeah, do you still talk to that guy?
Yeah. He's happy the Dodgers won.
I'm sure he is. Good for him.
Great. I'm not.
I didn't even watch one inning of that World Series. I was
any team can win with an $800 million payroll.
Well, yeah, $800 million payroll, and they're not even paying any of those people this year. They just spread it out over like 50 years.
You know what? That is so bullshit.
Yeah, it's like we're going to sign you to this $500 million deal. We'll pay you $2 million a year for like 10 years, and then 20 and 30 years down the line, we'll keep paying you. So we don't fuck with the salary cap.
Now they're in the sweepstakes for Soto.
That's not going to happen.
Stop eating.
Why?
You're muted. He's like, that's not going to happen. He's muted. Nobody can hear him.
It's not going to happen.
No, he unmutes himself.
Stop unmuting yourself.
No.
You're muted.
No.
I can see the little thing. Like, I just keep pressing it off and on. He can't do anything about it now.
Stop, dude.
No, we'll stop eating.
I'm hungry.
Okay, so wait. Like, I'm hungry too. I haven't eaten dinner.
I'm not the host of the show.
And I can hear your video game in the background. He's muted again. How come he can unmute himself? I don't understand that.
Yeah,
I have a mic button.
Edit mic settings. Okay.
Bro, don't.
I turned his mic all the way down. There's nothing he can do about that now.
Yeah, even if it's on, you can't hear him.
Yeah, he can mute, unmute.
Can he turn up the volume though?
Hey, are you there? Hey, are you there? How's the food? Hey, Pepe.
What?
How you feeling?
Feeling a little resentful.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to hear you eating Panda Express. Like,
it's not Panda Express.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what it is. I don't want to hear it.
Dude, speaking of Panda Express, have you gone there lately, Josh?
Yes.
Have you ever gotten their large soda? It's the biggest large soda I've ever seen. It's like half a gallon. Have you gotten that before?
Never.
Dude, get the large soda at Panda Express. It's legitimately like a half gallon. There's no other fast food place that gives you that much soda.
Like it's like a liter of cola.
It's giant, dude.
A liter of cola.
It's bigger than a liter. It's like a liter. It's almost 2 liters. It seems like.
That's a lot. That's a 2 liter of soda. That's like one of those things that it's like buying a big soda from a store.
Dude, I think it's like known that they have like the most giant large soda, but yeah.
By the way, Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I can talk on this.
Diet Dr. Pepper is a fantastic drink, but Dr. Pepper Zero might be better.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is really. Like even with Diet Coke and Coke Zero, I've never fully understood the difference, but usually the zeros are better than the diets. I
wonder why that is.
Like Mountain Dew Zero is better than Diet Mountain Dew. Coke Zero.
Aren't they the same thing?
That's what I thought. Like they both have 0 calories, but
they're different.
They sell both of them, so I think it's like a different formula or something. But
it has to be. But why? I don't know why you would do that. Not because it's like you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. You know, like it's like too many options.
Yeah, especially when you don't know the difference. Like I usually go towards the zero.
I can taste the difference between a zero and a diet Dr. Pepper.
So there is a difference. We just don't know what it is.
And I like both a lot, and I like Dr. Pepper. But when I had a Dr. Pepper Zero today, I bought a 12-pack of them, and it was like phenomenal.
Dude, they're good. I have them.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how. Like it has aspartame in it, but other than that, you know, it's no.
But I think Diet does too. They both have aspartame.
I think they all have it. Yeah, it's like the thing that gives like rats cancer.
Yeah, but not humans.
Not yet.
No, it doesn't.
I think it does, because I think if you look on the can, it says like that you could possibly like.
Well, yeah, it's just like cigarettes. Cigarettes aren't harmful, but they have to put that fake label on it. Just to, like, warn people. It's all propaganda.
Cigarettes aren't harmful.
No, they raise your testosterone.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Somebody said I was doing a show the other day, and somebody said that I should get my tea checked.
That's I think they were trying to insult you.
I guarantee that happens to me constantly. And somebody said I needed
high testosterone though.
And somebody said I needed a pap smear.
Yeah.
And then somebody said a brain scan right after that.
Like, I imagine it's quite easy for you to get like sexually aroused. And that's a sign of high testosterone.
Do you get your teeth checked? Like you actually?
Oh yeah, it's like a blood test. You can get like your blood drawn, and they'll tell you a bunch of other things too. Like not only your testosterone, you'll get all like. Yeah, I've done it.
How many times? Like you get checkups and stuff?
I haven't in a while. I did it maybe 3 years ago. I should do it again though. But you should get it like once a year, and then you get everything. You get like your red blood cell count, your cholesterol, your testosterone, like your iron levels, like all your vitamin levels, all in one panel.
And like if you have AIDS, would it tell you that too?
I think you have to get a specific AIDS test, but that's probably like $100.
Was that a worry for you, Dad?
All right.
He's still eating.
Ridiculous, to be honest. Wonder if I can kick him from the studio.
I mean, granted though, his wife got him that food, so like
I don't care.
It was brought to him with love.
He's turned all the way down. Like you can't hear him again.
He got around that last time.
No, he didn't. I turned it back up because I felt bad for him. But there's no way he's getting around this. He's gonna understand, dude. There's no such you can't be doing that. Hey Peyton.
What?
How's your food?
Good. I'm eating right now.
Okay. So he won't be able to hear him for a while. He's gone from. How do I kick him out? Let's see. I think I can just boot him.
I like having him here though.
I don't like
comforting.
That. It's not. It was like at first it was kind of endearing, and I was like, "Oh, this is really cool." And then he's like, "Brian, what are you doing, Brian? My wife brought me this from there." Job of the Hut. It's ridiculous. He does it just to piss me off.
No, I
think that's part of his shtick.
Like, I was asking, like, is an AIDS test a concern of yours?
No.
You asked about it.
I was just wondering if it's like an all-encompassing thing or if you have to get a separate test for AIDS.
No, I think you have AIDS.
Yeah, I have AIDS. I don't know. We'll never know because I'm not going to pay the $100. Dude, did you hear about this? Dude, this is a horrible story, but like this guy like rescued this raccoon. No, I think he rescued a raccoon, but he had a squirrel that he rescued as well.
And he had AIDS?
No, but he had turned this raccoon, or it was, a squirrel, but he had a raccoon too, but he turned the squirrel into like this domesticated animal.
Yeah.
And it was like a TikTok sensation, had like millions of followers and stuff. And somebody reported him to some animal thing in New York, and they raided his house for 5 hours.
Yeah.
And I guess the squirrel bit one of the people, and then they had to test it for rabies, and then they euthanized it.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh my God.
Isn't that messed up?
Yeah.
They killed the raccoon too.
Nobody's safe.
I was like, I
What about
couldn't.
the
Yeah,
guy?
I heard about this. I heard about the squirrel. I didn't know about the raccoon. That makes
They had a
me-
raccoon too, but both of them like were. It wasn't like he went and captured a squirrel.
yeah.
He found it hurt and he nursed it back, and then it was like his dog, dude.
It's like the circle of life. Yeah.
They were like best friends. And then I saw him on he was like on Chris Cuomo today, like crying, talking about it.
Yeah. I think I saw that clip.
Like horrendous. Why? I mean,
Jeez.
why would 5 hours for a squirrel? They raided his home.
Yeah, and think about all like the crazy stuff that's happening in New York, where like
New York is filled with rats
and that's like what they're worried about.
and homeless people. Yeah, and they're like, you can't domesticate, but a homeless person can take a shit on the side of the Gucci building. And
Of course.
I just don't understand it, dude. I really do feel bad.
Peyton liked that one.
I know he's obsessed.
Well, it's because I've heard like, okay, so my wife went to
If he says my wife one more time, I'm gonna mute him.
bro, because this is a story involving her. She went to San Francisco and
Who
she
did?
was like leaving someplace and she saw poop like smeared against a window.
Yeah, that's San Francisco, dude. All day.
Classic.
All those big cities are like that now.
Dude, Seattle's like that.
Yeah, there's no
Ew.
law. There's no law and order anymore, and like you can't even get evicted from places anymore. Like
Dude,
if you can go the
The
rest of your life.
craziest part about places like Seattle is they let that stuff go, but then worthless stuff they'll like pop you on. Like
Yeah, like having a squirrel.
yeah, like example of that. Like just normal like law-abiding citizens, they get up in their grill about like nothing, but then they let like everything else just run wild.
Murder?
Yeah, if it's a homeless dude, they probably wouldn't care.
Homeless people.
Dude, Seattle,
They don't care about that.
in Seattle, the government gives out like meth to like the citizens if they need it. Like you can get it from the government. They do.
No,
You got to look that up. Fact check me.
I don't want to.
They have these clinics where they say that
It's like a methadone clinic. It's not.
so their rationale is they don't want these drug addicts to be sharing like needles, and they say they're going to use it anyway. So the safest way they can do it is in a controlled environment where we know what they're giving them. And there's like clinics that give out like syringes. You can go in and get it for free in Seattle.
Yeah, but they give you syringes. They don't give you the drugs.
Yeah, they give you the drug too.
There's no way.
Seattle. Okay, what am I looking up here?
Just look up like Seattle, like government
Meth
supplied
away.
meth or something.
Government supplied meth. Methamphetamine, Washington Drug Treatment Assessment, DEA releases National Drug Threat Assessment. I'm not seeing anything about a free meth giveaway.
Dude, you got a compromised Google account. They're suppressing it.
Methamphetamine is a primary drug threat to Washington. High purity, low cost methamphetamine is readily available, and the drug is abused throughout the state.
You're not using the right search terms.
I use the ones you gave me.
I'll send it to you.
Free meth give. I would like to see it now. Nobody's giving away meth. Every meth head would move to Seattle if that were the case.
A lot of them do.
Yeah, maybe a lot of them do, but all of them would, is what I'm telling you. Like there would be no corner.
I found it, dude. It's on Reuters. That's
All right, just send it to my phone.
yeah, I did.
It's on Reuters. It's a needle exchange program. They have those everywhere. Okay, it says largest U.S. needle exchange tries free meth pipe. They're giving away meth pipes, not meth.
Same thing, dude.
No, it's not. You can't smoke a meth pipe. You can smoke out of a meth pipe.
Yeah, but the government will give you the pipe? That's crazy.
Well, I mean, you could use a light bulb and it would be the same. It doesn't really matter. They just I don't know why they would give them meth pipes, but Apparently they do, but they don't give out meth.
I don't know. Maybe.
Meth.
Did you really think they were just giving out meth?
I think he did.
Yeah.
No,
I still do think that. I think it's just being suppressed.
No, it's not being suppressed because Reuters would gladly cover it because they hate Seattle.
No, they're pro Seattle.
Dude's got something.
Reuters like a Kamala outfit. News
Listen to
outfit.
this.
Oh, gross.
Occasional crystal meth smoker, occasional meth smoker, Richard. That's what it says. Occasional. Ambles up to church storage garage in a Seattle alley, and a recovering drug addict hands him 2 brand new meth pipes. No questions asked. One of about 24 methamphetamine users who received free bubble-ended pipes on a recent afternoon. Russell is a participant in a pioneering but illegal program launched in March that aims to indirectly curb infectious diseases. Quote, dude's got something to smoke, but he doesn't have a pipe. What's he going to do? Nothing. That's the point, right?
That is the point.
Russell said later, as he munched on a sandwich, panhandle, peel, inject. That's what he said. Wow. The theory behind the handout program is that giving meth pipes to drug users may steer some away from needles, which are far riskier. Okay, I mean, that makes a little sense. They're far riskier than smoking, especially if this user is sharing with another person infected with HIV or hepatitis C. There is little scientific evidence to support that claim, but the People's Harm Reduction Alliance, the hell, like these are the craziest programs. A privately funded, I have to pay $50 for an inhaler, and they're handing out free meth pipes. A privately funded needle swap group run by drug users. Oh, I'm sure that's not going to fail. Said it has distributed more than 1,000 pipes in Seattle in a matter of weeks, and could expand to other cities in Washington State and Oregon. It's a program also draws addicts from society fringes into a compassionate fold.
Very compassionate.
I think so. With links to treatment housing services. Even though the needle exchanges have faced continued opposition in many parts of the United States, they're not. I don't know what reading anymore. They're not handing out meth.
I sent you another article.
Oh God.
Even better.
Fact check team, is federal government really handing out drug paraphernalia? That's the same thing. Paraphernalia and drug aren't the same thing.
Oh, so because it's a crack or a meth pipe, it's okay. So you're pro meth.
No, I'm not pro meth. I'm just saying that they're just handing out meth pipes. There's no
and
meth.
That's okay.
I didn't say it's okay or it's not okay. I don't care. And you shouldn't either unless you're on meth, okay?
I'm in Seattle. I got to deal with these meth heads.
You might as well be on meth.
At least they're using pipes and not injecting it, dude. You should be happy about that. I don't know. I mean, like one day, who knows? Like maybe one of your nieces or nephews will need that program. You'll be thankful for it.
Yeah, I mean, we can only hope.
Yeah, I hope that.
Dude, I can't believe you're pro meth.
I'm not pro meth.
Dude, the mask is off.
Yeah,
I'm not pro any. I have no opinion about it whatsoever. I don't care.
So you're not anti-meth?
You have no opinion on meth?
I'm anti-meth.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
I just said I was.
Well, once Ryan called you out, that's when you changed.
Yeah, I had to beat that out of you.
No, I was talking about the program itself. I don't care about that. but the meth itself, I'm against meth. Meth is bad.
Are you pro-genocide or anti-genocide?
I'm anti-genocide.
Okay.
But see, he had to ask you. You should have just been saying that from the go.
I should have started out the show and said I'm anti-genocide. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm anti-genocide and anti-meth. However, there is a program that I have.
Yeah, you should preface all your thoughts with that disclaimer.
Yeah, I'd end up in prison. You don't. I'd be talking about 9/11 and the JFK files, the microfilms that the British stole, and all that kind of stuff.
Talk about Building 7, how it collapsed, but a plane never hit it on 9/11.
Never touched it, just collapsed out of nowhere. Because it's not like it's not like Building 7 like held like the financial statements.
No, of course not. And like the week before 9/11, the Pentagon admitted that they had like an accounting error where they lost like $500 billion. They don't know where it went. And
I remember
Donald
building
that housed their records.
Yeah, I remember Donald Rumsfeld mentioned that.
Yeah.
Like he was like, "Hey, we lost $500 trillion or something."
Yeah.
And they're like,
everybody forgot about it.
We can't account for it. And then all of a sudden, like that building collapses, but no planes actually hit it.
Do you know the story about Lucky Larry Silverstein on 9/11?
No.
So it was like a exec in one of the companies in one of the big towers. He was like a CEO of some financial company. He hadn't missed a day of work in like 30 years, but that day he didn't come in because like later he said that he had like a doctor's appointment or something. But like it was the first time he'd never gone to work in like 30 years, and they have record of that. Really? And that day he decided just not to show up.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's good for him, but like sucks for everybody else that showed up to work that day.
No, it sucks for him because it's proof that he knew about it. Because he was like one of the most important people that worked in the tower.
That's
and he knew not to come in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. Peyton, turn that down.
What's going on over there?
You're pro 9/11, Peyton.
What am I supposed to be turning down?
Your video game.
It's not even that loud. I'm on volume 7.
Okay, well, turn it to volume 0.
What game are you playing?
College football.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was just playing that today.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have it, but I was playing it at a friend's house.
You have you don't have a PlayStation 5?
I don't have one, no.
I don't either.
I wanted to get one just for that game, though.
Yeah, they're like $500. Stupid.
Money isn't real.
What's that?
Money isn't real. It's just money.
I know. I remember. It's like Ryan's been trying to like convert me for years over to this like weird. He used to bring over this DVD like called Zeitgeist, and he'd be like, "Dude, you got to like listen to this. It's like about a utopia that doesn't use money or anything, bro."
No, that's not what that's about.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's just talking about how all money is birthed out of debt. So if you ever
right, but then they were talking that guy that lived in that stupid dome thing.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah,
yeah.
But that's like the least interesting part of that movie.
So you're pro biodome?
Yeah, I'm pro biodome.
Nice.
Yeah, and then Ryan was like trying to talk to me about Fort Knox and stuff. Like, there's no actual gold in Fort Knox, and I was like, I don't care. And then,
well, yeah, you know, our money used to be backed
Fort
by
Knox.
gold. Our money used to be backed by gold, and it protected it from inflation.
Yeah, everybody knows that, dude. That's nothing new.
I'm not saying it's new.
There's not enough money, or there's too much money. Like you can't. It's based on credit now. It has nothing to do with gold.
Yes. So a good way to look at it, and they talk about this in Zeitgeist, is every dollar that's in circulation in the country is owed to somebody by somebody else, because that's the only way money is made. So when you think about it, every dollar in your hand, like somebody else owes that to somebody else. And so you cannot get rid of debt without crushing money. So debt will just keep getting bigger and bigger. The dollar will lose value, and it just is a cycle that'll never end.
Well, I throw away pennies, so who cares?
In 10 years, you know, like a McChicken will be like $20.
It already, what are you talking about? It already is.
It's like, yeah, like $12 now. It's going to get even more.
Actually, McChickens are buy one, get one free.
Have you had a chicken Big
No,
Mac?
they're not.
Yes, they are.
Since when?
I remember when I could go into McDonald's and get like a McChicken, a double cheeseburger, and a large like Coke Zero. It was $3. Each of them were on the dollar menu.
Makes sense. No, the McChickens are definitely buy one, get one.
Dude, I get McChickens like all the time. They're not.
Well, they're not going to just tell you. You have to say that you want. Like,
so if you order two, they won't by default give you one of them free. You have to ask for one of them free.
Yeah.
I'm
You don't
not
have to
doing that.
ask for one of them free. You just say, "Hey, I'm gonna do the buy one get one."
Oh, okay. I don't
But
know.
if you order 2 McChickens, they're not gonna just go, "Hey." They should. I mean, you would think that would be a good business practice.
I mean, I think me and Peyton both know that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I think
You're the one that said that they're handing out meth, and then you sent me another article that said fact check, and then it said, "Are they handing out paraphernalia?" You know what paraphernalia is, right?
Oh yeah, I know. Like a meth pipe is like some clean thing in your world. It's like no big deal.
It is.
You're dude. You're pro meth pipe.
I'm more pro meth pipe than meth, but I'm
Well,
not.
you're pro both.
No, I'm not pro meth paraphernalia.
You're pro meth head.
You're pro eating teriyaki chicken while doing a podcast that your wife got you.
I mean, I'm pro that too. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, you guys need to be more pro meth paraphernalia.
Yeah, well, no.
I knew a guy one time that told me that he's like, I've tried meth a couple of times. And I was like, yeah, once you get past the first one, it's
I've never heard of anybody that like just tried it once and got out. That's impressive.
But he's not trying it. He's doing it at that point.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. You can't just try it. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, you can. If somebody says to you, "Yeah, I've tried meth one time," and then you're like, "Okay," and then but if somebody goes, "I've tried meth a couple of times," it goes from trying it to I've done meth a couple of times.
Yeah, it's like I've tried it a few times.
Right. And by the way, I have had that chicken Big Mac. It's fire.
Yeah, I haven't had it. I want to though.
Do you like Big Macs?
Yeah.
Big Mac.
Peyton tried to tell me the other day that Big Mac, I asked him why he didn't like them, and he said because of like the tomato and all that stuff. I was like, there's no tomato on Big Mac. He's like, yes, there is. And I go, Peyton, I've housed about 10,000 Big Macs.
So many. They
no-
have the song where you can remember the ingredients.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't know the theme song to a Big Mac.
Let's see, 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, there you go. That sounds absolutely awful.
2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
That sounds terrible.
Where's the tomato at, Peyton?
You took it
You
out.
don't like tomatoes?
No.
I don't like them on burgers.
I love them on burgers.
I think they kind of dominate.
Yeah, but aren't you one of those guys that gets like nothing on your burger?
No.
I hate people like that.
Well, then you hate Peyton, and it makes sense.
Peyton, you get a burger and it's just like the meat, cheese, and bread.
Yep.
Sometimes not even cheese.
No, that's not true. What are you talking about?
He's weird about that stuff, dude. We don't talk about it.
He just likes calling me out, but like at least I'm not the one who supports math.
No, I like math. I know. I remember.
Yeah.
But no,
this is gonna be. It's a stain on your legacy now, knowing that you support math.
Not a stain. I have no legacy.
You did until you started supporting meth heads.
I don't support that. I support love
of meth.
Well, look, dude.
Love wins.
Love always wins. Meth always wins. But I'm just saying, like, tomatoes suck. And Peyton, I'm telling you, dude, you got to. How often do you get McChickens? You've probably lost out like on $100 worth of McChickens.
I haven't gotten McChickens in. That'd be like a month now.
So that's not I thought he was gonna say like a year or two.
A month.
He's a month, dude. Like that's a long time ago. Dude, I haven't got that in like a month.
It's true.
By the way, a month ago was when it was like in full swing too.
What?
Do you have the app on your phone?
No, I don't have a McDonald's app on my phone.
Dude, Lucas used to have a folder with all the fast food. Like places like that we didn't even have locally, but from when he would move around the country for girlfriends.
That's like the Chick-fil-A app.
Yeah, I did. He's like, I got a Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like,
jeez.
When do you go to Dunkin' Donuts? He's like, dude, when I moved, for that girl. He was really going to move to Alaska. I saw him not that long ago. He came over and like, he was like, he was wearing like a hockey,
Like a jersey?
Yeah, but it was like a Cincinnati Bengals hockey jersey. It's weird.
What?
I don't know. It was weird to me. And then he was complaining that his kid wouldn't take a solid dump.
I mean, that's stressful. I know what he's going through.
Does that happen with you?
No, my kid has perfect poops.
How old is your kid?
9 months.
God, that's old.
9 months. When was he born?
9 months.
January 31st.
Oh, I thought he was born in February.
Almost by one day.
He was born in February.
Yeah, that's why I got a little excited.
And it was like at 11:45 p.m. So like 15 minutes later would have been February.
Did you cut the umbilical cord?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
I cut Peyton's. I saved it so I could strangle him with it in the future.
He didn't end up strangling me. Put me on a podcast.
He still got it though.
Put me on a podcast, and I eat food on it now. And now he wants to strangle me.
No,
you put that food?
What?
Are you done with the food?
Yeah, I'm done with the food.
You gotta drink extra water because teriyaki chicken has a lot of sodium. So you gotta
flush it out.
Flush that out. So like drink double the water before you go to bed.
Peyton's
gonna
wake up some orange juice.
Orange juice is not work. That's filled with sodium too.
No, orange juice doesn't have sodium.
That's sugar.
Natural sugar though, it's fructose, which is fine. You just don't want
high fructose corn syrup is rough.
That's why high corn syrup.
What's that?
You don't want high fructose corn syrup, but pure fructose is good for you.
That's the only thing bad about Powerade is that it's high fructose. But you know what's not? Vitamin.
You can get the Powerade Zero.
Vitamin water dragon fruit.
Those are good.
And it's real sugar.
Yeah. So are Mexican Cokes.
Yeah, Mexican Cokes are good too. Dude, I didn't know. Did you know that Australia, high fructose corn syrup is outlawed?
I think it is in parts of Europe too. There's tons of things that are allowed in the U.S. that aren't allowed anywhere else for food.
Yeah, like flogging and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Slavery. Yeah. No, I don't think that's legal anymore.
It's legal in Africa.
It is. Well, yeah, it's legal in a lot of countries. So we'll take the high fructose corn syrup and ban slavery. And they can not have high fructose corn syrup. And
a good trade.
Do what they want to do with, they should probably worry about getting separated from communist China first.
Are they communists?
China? Yeah, dude.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that China is a communist country?
No.
Well, I mean, they're ruled by a dictator.
I didn't know that either.
President Xi, president for life.
I mean, yeah, it's called the CCP. You've never heard that? Chinese Communist Party?
Yeah, they embrace it.
No, I've never heard the CCP.
Isn't Russia communist too?
No, Russia's capitalist.
They're just more dictatorish.
Just because you have a dictator doesn't mean it's communism. And Putin is not a dictator.
Yes,
what is he?
I mean, he's the president of Russia. He gets elected.
Yeah.
He assassinates all of his.
He gets elected fairly every single time.
Yeah, if you watch MSNBC like Peyton, I guess that's what you think. But
I definitely don't watch MSNBC.
There is no way that you think that Vladimir Putin gets elected without him making sure. He may win, but that's because people are scared to run against him. He'll kill them.
No. Have you ever heard the way Russian citizens talk about Putin? He's like the most universally loved leader. No.
Yes.
No. Russia's very clean.
Yeah, you're right.
Very
Russia,
clean. Has low crime.
Horseshit. You see, Russia, they're not even because they invaded Ukraine. I don't know how many companies have just stopped even selling stuff to Russia. They're poor.
So they lost a lot of money on oil because Europe refused to buy oil from Russia after that happened. But outside of that, it's very successful country. There's
Okay,
nothing wrong in Russia right now. Everybody's happy there. Low crime,
not a chance.
not high inflation.
Not
You
a
don't
chance.
actually believe this.
Yeah, he does.
Believe it.
All right. Whatever.
He believes it. It's not true though. Like it's a terrible place to live.
I don't ever want to hear Peyton and MSNBC in the same sentence though. that's an insult to my like existence.
I don't think that anybody besides Ryan disputes that.
No, you need to watch when Tucker Carlson went to Russia and interviewed Vladimir Putin.
I saw it.
Okay, then you should have learned from it.
What? That I believe what Vladimir Putin says, the head of the KGB?
No, believe what Tucker Carlson said. He went to Russia for like a week and he talked about his experience.
All you need to learn about Russia is just listen to what happened during the Chernobyl meltdown. It'll tell you how Russia runs. It's the
that was a long time ago.
It was in '87.
That's not a long time ago. I'm talking about Russia today.
Not really.
Grudges.
That was like when Reagan was our president.
The forest is still dead over there.
Well, yeah, that's like a nuclear accident. What's that have to do with like political policies?
Because he lied to everybody about it.
Yeah, but Putin wasn't in charge in '87.
Oh yeah. Putin's going to be like, hey, guess what?
That was like during the USSR.
We had a nuclear accident, and we're just telling everybody. We're letting our neighbors know. Okay, that's not how Putin is. Dude. One of the funniest stories I've ever heard about Putin was when, like, George Bush went to Russia and like was visiting them. This was George W. Bush, and he had his dog traveling with him, and it was like this little like Shih Tzu dog, and Putin like goes over, he like pets it. He pets the dog, and then he calls his dog over. It's like this big Doberman Pinscher, and he goes, "My dog, take your dog." Like he's just a psycho. He wanted his dog to eat like President.
Hey, that's how you want your leader to be.
He wanted to show dominance.
Yeah.
Anyway, he can.
That's how you want your leader to be. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know everybody in Russia is happy that they're his leader. They're not going to get fucked around with.
They don't have a choice.
I don't know where you get this propaganda from.
They're not going to talk bad about it. People that talk bad about Putin get killed.
Like, that's political stuff. I'm talking about the citizens. Yeah,
you don't.
Well, where are you getting this information from? Better lock it up.
You lock it up.
Wedding crashers.
Did you work out today, Ryan?
Yeah, I did this morning.
You pump some irons
today. Yeah. Thursday is the only day I don't. So
what are you benching right now?
Probably like 255.
Nice. What are you benching, Peyton?
Spoons and forks, baby.
Teriyaki chicken.
Yeah. That's not a terrible meal. The chicken's good for you.
Oh, it is good, yeah.
So why are you hating on it?
I just didn't want to hear you eat it.
Well, it was out of your jurisdiction.
Obviously it wasn't, because I muted you, then I turned your volume down, and then you got all butthurt.
I didn't get butthurt.
Yes, you did, dude.
You're the one who got butthurt.
No, I got butthurt that you were eating during the show.
Dude, we need to be on Rumble so that we can.
You're muted.
No, I'm not.
Stop unmuting yourself when I mute you.
No.
This is. We're not going. I was terrified. Like I had nightmares that night. Who dresses up like that to go on a social media site?
I mean, a winner.
Yeah, Dad loves meth.
Yeah, you can tell by my slim physique. I just love
really slimmed you down.
It has. Yeah. It's made me gonna run a marathon. I don't love. What do you think you're talking about loving meth for?
Because.
All right. Well, I don't actually love meth, but
for the record,
I'm not. You know what? To be honest with you, I'm not sure about anything. And then I always go into these podcasts going, yeah, this is gonna be like a blast, and then it's terrible every time.
End up talking about Matt.
When are you gonna have me on to debate someone on Casey Anthony?
Like, what is there to debate? You're gonna
That's like your niche, isn't it? Like true crime.
you're gonna yeah, but what are you gonna do? You're gonna tell everybody she's innocent?
Do you ever talk about her on the show?
I mean, I have, but
God.
well,
I want to debate someone. I'm going to start researching some of these cases. I want to get more involved in the community.
Yeah, but what do you want? What are you going to debate about Casey Anthony?
She's innocent.
Oh, okay. No.
Where do you get that notion from?
I don't know. Debate him, Peyton.
I don't want to debate him. I don't know anything about it.
He doesn't either. That's what I'm saying. Like he just thinks she's hot.
I'm intimidated by Ryan's intellect.
Apparently, she's like dating some guy that like left his wife and kids.
I mean, it's understandable.
You would definitely have to leave your kids if you're going to date Casey Anthony.
Doing them a favor.
Yeah, dude. She is a dirty, dirty person. Remember when we used to watch it on Nancy Grace all the time?
Yeah.
Top Mom. You would come over like after work and we'd watch.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, and there was never anything new. It was just the same
And we
thing.
would go to Circle K.
And then we would go back and watch Nancy Grace. Look, these guys that I do a podcast with, called the Witness Box, they're always on. They're like always on Nancy Grace.
She still has a show?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What channel is it on?
I think she's on HLN, and then she has like a YouTube channel too. And but yeah, I think maybe Fox. She's on Fox too, probably. But yeah, these guys that I do this show with, they're always like on Nancy Grace, because one of them is like a doctor and the other one's like a homicide detective. And somebody's like, when are you going to go on Nancy Grace? I was like,
me and you need to have like a weekly spin-off show podcast.
Of what?
I don't know.
Like you just want to like this?
No, not like this. It should be like have like a theme, where we have like
this has no theme.
Yeah, it's a show about nothing.
You ate during the whole show.
That's the point. This is, I mean, it's kind of like a.
This is not. But the thing is, it's not going out. It's not going out to your audience. It's going out to mine. So as much as you don't care, I actually do. You turd hustler.
You don't think they want like authenticity?
No, they don't want that.
Why?
Well, I know I don't. No, that's all that really matters.
Well, you got it anyways today.
Eating during a podcast is not being authentic. That's just being a slob. How is that, Ryan? How's that authentic?
I don't think it's being authentic.
No,
how is that inauthentic?
So just doing anything that you would do not on the podcast, if you do it during the podcast,
like,
that's
are you gonna go take a dump in the bathroom while you're doing this?
Authentic.
It's authentic, dude. It's organic.
That is authentic.
It's organic. It just happened. It had to happen during the.
I'm playing my game.
I gotta.
Are you gonna make love to your wife on the podcast?
That's so funny.
It's authentic.
It's authentic, dude. What are you doing? What else is authentic? You gonna kiss your cousin? It's authentic.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe in your life, but not in mine.
I'm gonna do some meth. It's authentic.
Maybe in your life, kissing a cousin is authentic, but not in mine.
Never kissed one of my cousins before.
Yeah, right.
I have.
So did you plug your computer in? Like, is it plugged in right now?
Yeah, but it's like.
Is it charging?
No, it just won't. It just won't work. I don't know. I got to figure it out after this.
What do you mean you got to figure? What do you got to figure out about it? It either turns on or it doesn't. It either charges or it doesn't. There's not a lot to figure out, is there?
I got to figure out if there's a reason behind it. Or if it's just
what reason would you find out?
I don't know.
What are you gonna go like? This is the reason it's not turning on. You're gonna figure that out.
Yeah.
How?
Dude, he's a Geek Squad member.
No, he's not. No, I'm
So
serious.
people at Best Buy who like record or like fix your electronics.
No,
Never
I'm
been to Best Buy?
This is. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on with it, man.
It's dead. You didn't have it plugged in.
Well, it's more than that.
It can't. What could it possibly be?
Okay, so I had it turned on. The mic was on. I was in.
This is my producer. His computer died. Did you hear what he said before this? He says, I said the computer won't turn on. What more is there to it? He's all, well, it won't. There's a certain reason behind it. Like, well, what? How are you going to figure that out? How do you figure that out?
Yeah, it seems like it's very binary. Like it turns on or it doesn't.
That's what I said.
It's not. That's just not. It's not that simple.
It is, though. I mean,
no, it's not.
So you've had this problem before?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. See, you didn't mention that. So what was the problem before? If you knew what the problem was, what's the problem now?
The problem now is I plugged it in, so the computer was plugged in, right? And then it says it's still on low battery mode as soon as I get in the freaking StreamYard thing.
Okay.
And all of a sudden,
right,
it turns off.
That's it. That's all there is to it.
I mean, that's why I'm on my phone right now.
I think it needs a little more juice for it to handle like
I think
streaming,
just.
and then it'll...
No, he's done it before.
No.
I think the computer just burnt out.
I doubt it. It's not.
Get
even
him a new computer, Josh.
Oh sure, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Along with the other, $4,000 I spent this week. He's all laughing. Dude,
tennis chain?
Dude, I don't even want to you have no fucking clue what's going on here. But it's a lot of shit. I mean, I shouldn't even because there's a lot of stuff going on.
Peyton, we can't say shit on here?
You can.
Oh.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I mean, I'm
I
sure.
can stop myself. It's not like I'm a big cursor.
You can cuss. I don't care if you cuss.
Okay.
But
just getting my lay of the land.
Well,
you've never been on here before.
All right, Peyton, you sound like you're in a toilet, so just relax. Okay?
Maybe he is.
Less is more, my friend. If your mic's not working.